Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Snide and Sniff and another episode of No Lunch Break Comic Reading! So, some pretty shocking things happened in the last part. Sydney went on a seemingly innocent visit with Sandy, only to find yourself kidnapped and tied up.
Open wide.
You know, I think I'll pass. I'm not feeling very hungry at the moment.
You know it'll be easier if you don't resist. It's going in your tummy anyway.
Why? Why are you doing this? I've never done anything bad to you.
Never done anything? Do you listen to yourself when you talk? If it still seems that way to you, then it means my plan was necessary after all.
Your plan?
No, sorry, my ears are too fat to hear anything. Yeah, wait again.
Some guy who likes that.
Oh god, I like where this is going.
You didn't wonder at all how you and your friends all just suddenly plumped up like cinnamon buns. Here's a hint. Do you know how safe the Wi-Fi at work is? No? Here's another hint. Not very. Which wouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, unless people had, like, all of their personal data stored on their phones. Which everyone does.
But how does that?
Oh, will you shut up? I'll explain. Not like knowing will do you any good at this point.
Oh!
I was always jealous of your friend group. It was something I desperately wanted, but then I heard you talking behind my back. God, you looked so ridiculous. Did you see?
Yeah. It was me, Dio.
It wasn't a one-time thing either. You constantly ridiculed and ostracized me. It was so unfair. A group of happy, pretty girls, shunning the loser as always. I decided to do something about it. If the world wasn't willing to even the odds, then I'd do it personally. Tina happened to have read many articles about getting rid of sugar addiction before. It was a piece of cake to slowly ease her to the idea of daily chocolates. That she tried to quit smoking proved a nice entry point. Fina was a simple case. Jonathan was born from pictures of a no-nonsense guy in the office who was trying to take a profile picture for a dating site. I used his because he never posted them. Readily available for anyone with access to their phone, of course. I also found Fina's Smog account and the massive list of games she had bought, but never played. The breakup happened sooner than I planned, but what followed was just as predictable.
Wow, Fina was secretly a gamer all this time? Epic.
And Sarah? Oh, she was already fat. No one cared about her anyway. But I still made sure that her potential boyfriends got extra messages from her. Clingy, concerning messages. And finally...
Just as people were theorizing everything was Sandy's doing... I remember people talking about how, it was Sandy who was pretending to be Fina's boyfriend, but then it's even Sarah not being able to get a boyfriend right at the start was also Sandy's doing, and just...
How much of this was an actual plan and how much is just retconning is my question.
That is a good point. Well, Sandy, the goldfish queen, I mean catfish, or do I? It was amusing when some people realized in advance what she was doing. If you don't have a look at page 62 and 103.
You, Sydney. I saw how you always browsed websites about fat chicks. I made sure you'd end up bedridden for long enough.
Glorp. Slip. Glip. Something like that.
That way you couldn't work out and lose the extra weight like before. And then by some stroke of divine luck, you actually asked me to come and feed you. And feed I did. The idiot was completely oblivious to how good of a chance this was. But I directed her to make sure you got to indulge as much as possible.
Oh my gosh.
What's the matter? Isn't this what you always wanted? And that was to be my plan. I was content with that, but then, I actually had fun with you. I looked forward to our weekly dinners. That is until...
Until?
Until you took Tina away from me. She had fallen for me, but you had to steal her. And then you just used me for your personal satisfaction and then threw into the trash. Hadn't you had enough? You were always the most evil one. And now you get your just desserts.
This is so sad. You don't get just desserts though, you also get the main course. Sandy is just a poor, oppressed person with no friends because she suffers from mental illness, and so everyone just makes fun of her.
I can relate to this.
I know.
I am Sandy, effectively.
I know.
I'm sorry, Sandy. I really am. Please, let's talk and we can come to an agreement.
Forget it. This is the future you chose. Now say,
No, I'm full. I can't possibly eat any more of that.
Say, or do you want me to bring out the fun in them?
No, please, no. Please, I'll eat it.
That's a good girl.
Mm.
Won't grow big and strong if you don't eat your lunch. You should have learned that lesson by now. Besides, you always loved soup, didn't you? Now, if only I could remember that other thing you liked.
It must have been something healthy and easily digested. Edit. Jesus beeping Christ, people. Bread. She likes bread. You're just thinking about the rice. I specifically stated I will not do it again. Look, Kip, when you lose the trust of people, you never get it back.
Ah, that's right. Bread.
Whatever the...
No, please. I told you. I'm very full. I couldn't possibly fit any bread. Oh.
Shunk. Okay.
Full, you say? You still got plenty of room, see? You've pushed yourself further than this before. This is nothing for you.
That.
Wub wob.
Grrl, gl, 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 gl.
The bread is starting to absorb the liquid inside your belly, swelling to enormous size, just like you.
Sydney commits Sudoku by inserting huge loaf of bread into her tummy. Sandy listening to bellies is everything.
What's that? You want seconds? Well, of course. Here we go.
Oh.
It's like pushing food stuff into your, like, I don't know, beeping blender or something. It's like...
Yeah.
Oh! Croak. Oh, Jesus. That's like the dress they bought specifically.
And
'cause
even
it was...
that is breaking. Sydney must be getting really fat now.
God. Yank.
Who is it this time? Always interrupted when joyous ruining of lives is taking place. You stay right there, and not a word. I'll
Pop.
find out what kind of nice friends came to play this time.
Maybe it's a friend who also enjoys ruinings of lives. Reading your stories, Kip, made me realize how Sandy and Grace are so similar. Could they be related?
But then Sandy would be related to...
Dun-dun-dun, it's Tina!
Tina, how nice. Did you come to play?
Sydney! Is Sydney here?
Sid? Oh, I see. Sydney. It's always about Sydney, huh?
So she's here as I thought? Please, let me see her.
There are no Sydneys here. Sorry, Tina, but you require a different chateau.
Then why won't you let me look? You're obviously lying. Get the F out of my way.
I told you, no Sydneys. Now you will go and not return, if you care about the unbreakiness of your bones.
What the?
Wham! Slam!
What happens next?
Yeah, maybe I could be your princess, Tina. My place is not exactly a castle, though. What's that a reference to? Is that a reference to Shrek? I don't know. Don't stop, Tina! Save your girl! But yeah, Jesus, what is gonna happen next? I don't know, but I am looking forward to finding out.
This is not meandering. There's really an arc going on here. There's real action and there's real emotion.
When another 8 pages come out, if it hasn't concluded by then, which it probably won't have, we will be back with the next part of No Lunch Break! See you next time.